Hello and welcome to Pop Shop, your one-stop shop for all your pop culture discussion. I'm Jackie.
I'm Emily.
And here's this week's Hot Topics. Alright, Emily, I'm going to start us off with something that a lot of people have been talking about. There's been a lot of internet buzz about this. We have a New Yorker, a man from Manhattan, Austin Rogers, who has had a 7-day streak on Jeopardy! He is the first streaker of the season, and everyone absolutely loves him. He's a bartender, and he has won $278,300 so far. He's just a great guy. He's quirky. He's a fantastic personality to have on TV. Just so many people have been enjoying watching him, and I think that's great. Jeopardy is a very old show, and a lot of people have been with Jeopardy for so long, and it's very rare to find someone, a champion like him, who everyone can enjoy and relate to. He even posted a video of an impromptu Jeopardy viewing at a Manhattan bar late Monday night. He also trimmed his beard. He does stuff like that, and I think that's really cool that he's just kind of like your everyday guy. He's just a bartender.
He's a bartender with a brain.
Yeah.
That's
pretty
awesome.
And I think that's pretty cool. Here's some interesting facts about him. He is currently a bartender at a bar in Manhattan. While he was an events manager, he met the Dalai Lama. For 2 years, his car was a London taxi. He grew up on a nature preserve. I wish I could have grown up on a nature preserve.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
And he plays fantasy premiership and fantasy baseball. And he fell asleep during a hard rock concert.
How is that even possible?
He got bored?
It depends on who was performing. Does it say who was performing?
No, it just says he fell asleep during a hard rock concert.
Okay, there are mosh pits going on at hard rock concerts, if I'm not mistaken. But I've always wanted to go to one, but according to my friends, I can't handle it.
Well, I'm sure he wasn't in the mosh. Just fall asleep in a mosh pit. Yeah, that's a great idea.
I'd like to see how that would turn out.
Very, very badly. Probably with an ambulance and a few EMTs.
Probably.
And his last fun fact is he got caught in a small avalanche.
So this guy is basically the jack of all trades.
Oh yeah, he seems like a great guy. So many people have been tweeting about him and everything, and one of the big things that everyone likes about him is that he makes big risky bets on the daily doubles. And this is why he says, when I won my first match for 36,000 or 33, I can't quite remember, I figured every game after this is just gravy. Bet big because I already felt I had finished what I had set out to do. I like the fact that he said every game after this is just gravy.
Oh my gosh.
I love this guy. I've watched him for 5 nights now, and I can see why everyone else likes him.
Okay, that's actually pretty good, because some people they specialize in one thing and they're a beast at it, but you don't exactly meet everyday people who are good at a little bit of everything. They excel at it, and then everybody likes them. You typically see that in movies, books, TV shows, but not in real life, and this guy's our real life example, and that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Right? No, it's great. It's great that he's a real person.
Yeah.
You know? It's really fantastic.
Yeah. It almost kind of makes you feel good about yourself, because you're like, oh, if that guy can do it, he's just a random dude from a random city. If he can do that, I can do that. I can do whatever the heck I want.
Yeah, it's a really big confidence booster. It's really nice to have a role model like this.
Yeah.
Even as an adult, it's nice to have a role model like this. Any other thoughts on this guy?
I mean, I grew up watching Jeopardy. It's kind of like a family thing. Whenever I would go over to my Mima's house, we would just sit around. We would sip either tea or coffee and eat whatever cookies she made, and we would just sit around, watch Jeopardy, and we would all just bond over it as a family. So I have very, very fond memories of Jeopardy.
Yeah.
And whenever I would get something right, I would start freaking out, because I would be 11 or 12, and I would get something right on regular Jeopardy, and they're like, how do you know this? And I'm like, I don't know, but a friend of mine and I, we like watching the Teen Jeopardy because we're like, oh my gosh, we actually get stuff right. We don't feel stupid when we watch it.
Yeah, no, I like that too. I think it's great that they do that. And it really does reach out to some younger audiences. Which I like that.
Yeah, and then it brings them in, and then if they would ever get inspired to go on the show, they would have the opportunity to do so, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, so I want you guys, our viewers, our listeners, to tell us what you guys think about Austin Rogers and what you guys think about Jeopardy. Talk to us. So Emily, you have something to talk about.
Oh, indeed I do. Let me pull it up. Okay, so everybody knows, well, as long as you're not living under a rock, you know this. The big it thing for couples who are expecting a baby is to have a baby sex reveal party. They could be known as gender reveal parties. Oh, give me the sex. Let's figure this out. I know, right? And this one couple that I saw, they decided to light up a Ferris wheel in the color of their baby's sex, and they were standing in front of it when the entire Ferris wheel lit up pink. I thought that was pretty cute, especially since I'm a sucker for the beach. I love all that kind of stuff. But I know my cousin had one where we each had to eat like a little cake. I think it was a little cake ball type thing. It was a little cake pop, and it was covered in chocolate. And we didn't know what color it was, and the color that it was revealed the gender. So we all ate it. It was blue. We're like, oh my gosh, she's having a little boy. And then her daughter, Madison, bit into it, and she started crying. She's like, I don't want a little brother. But, oh my gosh, they love each other anyway. He's 2 now. He's doing wonderful.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but there are other ways to reveal the sex of the baby. That you can do piñata, like you can pull the strings of a piñata and the color coordinated candy can come out. The older siblings can wear a shirt that says, I'm gonna be a big brother, I'm gonna be a big sister. Anything along those lines. And Jackie, if you were to ever have a baby, would you want to do a baby sex reveal party event? Why or why not?
I'm not even entirely sure I would want to know the sex of my child before it's born.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'd be much happier knowing just once they're born. Because I'd be happy either way, you know? But if I did do a sex reveal party, that's a really tough question.
It doesn't have to be big or anything.
I mean, I really don't know. That's a really good question. I'd have to put more thought into that. But I do want to share with you one of my favorite over-the-top sex reveal things that I've seen ever.
Okay.
So it was this couple, and they had a big present box, and it was wrapped in, I believe, white wrapping paper. It was a big box, right? Probably 4 feet by 4 feet by 4 feet, something like that. And it wrapped in white gift paper. It said "It's a ... on it. And then they got really far away, and then they shot the gun with buckshot. They shot a gun at it, buckshot. They shot buckshot at it, and the present exploded, and it was all this blue smoke and blue confetti. And I think that's one of my favorite over the top. And yeah, they're over the top, but they're fun, you know.
Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite sex reveal things I've ever seen. It's really funny.
Okay, that sounds really, really cool. I mean, I thought about doing something like that, but it's so mainstream. Everybody does it. I'm not like everybody. I'm not mainstream. In my head, I think to myself, is having a big party really necessary? You can just tell your parents. You could have a big family dinner. You could be like, okay guys, so the gender of the baby is going to be, and then do a little drum roll on the table, and then reveal the gender, throw some colored candy. I don't know.
I'd drop a really anticlimactic banner.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I can see you doing that.
Oh, I definitely would.
But like, I would just do something small. And I've heard a friend of mine, well, quote, I put in air quotes, friend, tell me that if him and his girlfriend were to ever have a kid, they would make a 3-tiered cake with the color of like the baby sex within the cake, and then they would get a rifle and shoot the cake. And do that.
Why shoot the cake? Eat the cake.
He's an idiot.
Serve the cake.
He's an
Love
idiot.
the cake.
I don't know. He's an idiot.
Oh well. That's kind of nice. What would you do though? Talk to me. What would you want to do?
I mean, I thought about doing something big and over the top because I'm extra, and I feel like that'd be the perfect time to be extra.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, I kind of just want to do something small. Like I said earlier, just have like a family dinner of all my close relatives and a couple of close friends, and then maybe give little hints to the gender with the food or something. I don't know. And then at the very end of dinner, we could just get a drum roll going on the table and be like, the baby's going to be a blah blah blah, and maybe have a banner. I don't know, I might take that banner.
Well, there you go.
Have some colored candy. I don't know. Have cute little pairs of Converse sitting around that are either pink or blue. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm trying to enjoy life before it's destroyed by children.
Oh my god.
Like, I want kids, but not right now.
Not right now. Yeah.
Not right now.
I understand that. I suppose it's a good segue into your next topic. So, what's a really popular kids show that you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite kids shows growing up, and it keeps on changing, and I don't know why, but I like the original, and now there's going to be a movie out, and it's going to be
I heard about that.
The My Little Pony movie.
Oh my god.
Doing little jazz fingers right here. At first I was like, oh, it's probably just going to be another kids movie, but then I see some of the voices, and some of the voices for the characters include Kristen Chenoweth, and she played the original Glinda on Broadway. Oh. And let me see if I can bring up some of the cast list. My Little Pony.
Yeah, that is exciting. They have a movie coming out. I used to watch My Little Pony when I babysat. And in all honesty, it's just obviously it was My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, the newer one, and just in all honesty, it's a great show. I mean, it's not one of those kids shows that the adults supervising the kids can't sit down and watch for too long. It's one of those that a lot of people can enjoy. It's a good show. It's not obnoxious.
Yeah.
I don't know, except for maybe Pinkie Pie. But
Pinkie Pie can be a bit over the top, but I love Pinkie Pie.
Oh, it's great. But it's fantastic for the age group it's meant for. Yeah. It's fantastic for the people, for the other people who are watching it as well, with or without kids. It doesn't really matter. It's just a great show and it has some really wonderful messages.
Yeah.
And I love the show. I really do. I like it. Guilty pleasures here. I like My Little Pony.
It's okay. It's okay. I like My Little Pony. Like, I'll watch it every once in a while. But I found the cast list, and Emily Blunt is in the movie along with Shia. I probably mispronounced that. Zoe Saldana is going to be in it. Let's see who else.
Wait, Sia, the music artist?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's cool.
She is going to be playing.
Oh, please tell me she's playing Rainbow Dash.
I'm not seeing Rainbow Dash anywhere.
Oh well.
Which really, really stinks because growing up, Rainbow Dash was always my favorite My Little Pony. She was always just so extra, over the top. Everybody wanted to be Rainbow Dash. And I just fell in love with Rainbow Dash, and when I was little, I was absolutely obsessed with My Little Pony. Everybody got me little My Little Pony figurines. I still have a couple in my room back home. I have a giant stuffed Tula Rula My Little Pony on one of the shelves in my room.
Aww.
And it's just a good time. Are you going to go see the new My Little Pony movie, Jack?
Am I going to see it?
Yes.
Probably not. Not unless I get another babysitting gig, where they give me the money to go see it with the kids. But other than that, I think I could go without watching it. Again, I like the show, but I don't think I'll go alone if I go to see the movie.
That's completely understandable. Because I wouldn't want to go alone either, because I just know people are going to look at me and they're going to be like, she's a college girl watching My Little Pony. Is something wrong with her? Is she okay? And I'm just going to be like, no, I'm good.
But here's the thing. Lots of grown people like My Little Pony. Have you never heard of Bronies?
I've heard of Bronies and Pegasisters.
There you go, and Pegasisters. See, lots of people like My Little Pony.
Yeah. And actually, I think it's really funny because you know how in all kids' movies they always have those adult jokes? I just remember
Oh. Sia is... I'm sorry, I found out who Sia is.
Okay.
Sia is Songbird Serenade, which is a pop artist in the My Little Pony world.
Oh, snap.
So that's really cool that she's going to be in it as a pop artist.
Oh, snap. That's so pretty cool. But I remember when I recently went to the movies, I think it was with my aunt, but anyway, when we were watching the credits, I believe it was Pinkie Pie who said, "Oh my gosh, we just got our cupcakes kicked." And me with my adult mind and my interesting mind, I'm like, cupcakes translates to... butt, and they just got their butts kicked, and I'm just like, oh my god, Pinkie Pie just swore. I don't know how I feel about this.
That's a very like obscure it's a very obscure way to go about that. That's really great though.
I know.
See,
right?
I love kids shows that adults can enjoy. Which is why I love the Animaniacs. I grew up watching the Animaniacs, and that is a show that the entire family can watch.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily obnoxious. It's great for kids to watch, and there are so many adult jokes. There's so many adult jokes like littered in that show. The most famous one being the fingerprints joke. And I'm not going to explain it because that's a little bit inappropriate. But look it up, guys. It's a really funny joke. It's a very good one that would just go over kids' heads, but the adults got it.
It's just like in Aladdin. I believe it's toward the end of Aladdin where the castle is shaking and Aladdin and Jasmine are in it. And then Genie's just like, wait, isn't that supposed to shake after the honeymoon? And my friends and I, we just look at each other and
I've never caught that.
But that's what a friend of mine told me. She's the one who loves Jeopardy. Her name's Greta. She is a beast at picking out dirty jokes in kids' movies. You would love her. She's awesome. Oh my gosh. But she told me that, and she told me about all the other adult innuendos in Trolls, in Smurfs. Oh, yeah. And I just look at her kind of sideways, and I'm just like... Greta, do you really spend your free time doing this? She's like, yes, I do.
Absolutely.
I have nothing better to do. And I'm like, okay, you do you. Just keep me up to date on all that stuff.
Yeah. So the My Little Pony movie is coming out. Do you know when it's coming out?
I believe it is coming out tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
I believe it is.
Release date, October 6, 2017.
Boom.
So grab your tickets, everyone. Go see the My Little Pony movie.
And do it with pride. Don't have shame. You are enjoying life.
And you're not alone. Believe me, you're not alone.
Ain't that the truth?
All right, so... it is October. It is Halloween month. Yes, I consider the entire month of October to be part of the holiday. Yeah, the entire month of October is the holiday of Halloween. So each show, I would like to talk about something Halloween related. Last show, what did we talk? We talked about costumes last show.
Yeah, Halloween costumes.
This show, I want to talk about... spooky things and spoopy things that you can watch. So, spoopy is something that has a theme, like it's scary, like the theme is scary, but the movie is not meant to make you feel scared. So, like, I'll get into that, but
okay.
spooky shows and movies, maybe they're certainly scary themed, and sometimes they're meant to instill a little bit of fear, but not too much.
Yeah.
And then there's scary movies, which obviously
which you don't want to watch alone. Just cuddle with your cats.
You don't watch scary movies alone. You cuddle with a bunch of stuffed animals or with your friends and stuff, and you sit down in the dark and you watch movies and eat popcorn, just so you can feel safe while watching them. That's what a scary movie is.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people really like marathoning shows, and around this time of the year, it's after the whole Netflix seasons, after Netflix has released a whole bunch of big shows and stuff. So a lot of people have finished them, and they're looking for more shows to marathon. So I want to talk to you guys about some of the spooky shows, scary shows, whatever. So I want to start off by saying I grew up watching Scooby-Doo. I watched the shows, I watched the movies, I still watch all of it. All month, I marathon it in my room. Whenever I'm in my room, there is a Scooby-Doo something on my TV screen playing.
Yes.
I love Scooby-Doo.
Awesome.
Another thing that I grew up with was reading the Goosebumps movie. So when I found out
Goosebumps books?
Yeah, wow, I said the movie. Don't watch the movie. The movie isn't that great. But the TV show is really something fantastic. They took all of your favorite Goosebumps books and turned them into episodes of a TV show. They are really good. They're really campy, and they're not necessarily scary. Some of them are a little bit scary, but they're not necessarily scary. They're pretty campy, and they're fun to watch. Another show, if you guys like animation, if you like animated shows, on Netflix we have Castlevania, which is an old video game. It's an old video game, and they turned it into a TV show, and I watched it. It's really good. You guys should give it a watch. A little bit more on the scarier side, Stranger Things, and I believe Stranger Things, the second season is coming out this month. So watch Stranger Things. It's really good. It follows the story of 4 boys in a small town, and spooky things happen. It involves another dimension and a monster that they call the Demigorgon. It's a really cool show.
Oh.
It's not necessarily scary. It does keep you on the edge of your seat. And it's just a really all-around good show, and I'm really excited for season 2. So catch up on Stranger Things, watch season 2, and then if you're into scary things, any season of American Horror Story would be great to watch. That's if you're into scary things.
Shivers are going down my spine right now. Like, I've had a bad experience with my first horror movie, and I do not want to go back to that experience.
Well, then let's talk about scary movies before we talk about the spoopy movies. So scary movies. Let's see. A few years ago, The Possession came out. I thought that was pretty good. Mama came out, I think, in 2012. That was pretty good. You saw Insidious, which scared the bejeebers out of you.
Oh my god. I was forced... Okay, I already told Jackie this story. It's a pretty good story. So
yeah, go for it. Tell us.
So I went to my camp that I normally go to over the summer. They decided to start this thing called the Halateen Weekend, where it's all the teenagers of the camp, and we all just go and hang out and see each other as our little connection group. And I found out we were watching a movie, and I'm like, what movie is it? And they said, Insidious. And I'm like... I've never heard of that. What's it about? And they're like, oh yeah, it's a scary movie. You're gonna like it. I'm like, I've never seen a horror movie. I've never seen a scary movie.
Man.
I'm not about that life. And my best friend Lillian, I love her to bits and pieces. She has never seen a scary movie before either. So we both decided that we were each going to take our sleeping bags, a blanket, go in our pajamas, make it a little pajama party. We each had our stuffed animals there, and we were in the back of the dining hall cuddling because we were both scared half to death. And everyone around us just looked at us. They're like, what the heck is wrong with them? And we looked at them, we're like, we're scared, okay? Let us be scared. Keep in mind, we are in the middle of the woods, and it is the night before the 666th Halloween.
Oh, yes.
So that was fantastic.
Yeah.
And then I could watch like bits and pieces when there wasn't anything, quote, too scary going on. And a friend like Lillian, she just fell asleep halfway through the movie, and I'm like I'm good at visualizing, which is both a gift and a curse. So I couldn't even watch the movie. I was either cuddling with Lillian or I was staring out the window, and I could just hear the voices of the different characters, and I could visualize everything in my head. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm gonna have nightmares tonight. I'm gonna have nightmares for a week. I know I am. And then right at the very end of Insidious, when the creature or whatever takes over the soul of the dad, it was dead silent in the dining hall where we were watching the movie for about 5 seconds. And one of the counselors, Jamie, she's adorable. I love her. She's like, unicorns, rainbows, time to go to bed. And we're all just there scared out of our pants. The girls were out there holding each other and sleeping. And some of the guys were just like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then when I went to bed that night, my bed was right near the front corner of the cabin, near the door. And I swear my right hand to God, at 3 a.m., I saw branches in front of the door, and I heard scratches on the door. I got so scared. I almost jumped out of my bed. I almost jumped out of bed and crawled in with my friend Lillian. I was trying to reach out to hold her hand. I'm like, wait, no, it's 3 a.m. No, I can't do this. Lillian, no. I got so scared, and I was losing sleep, and they're like, Emily, are you okay? You don't look that good. And I'm like, I watched my first horror movie in the middle of the woods.
I'm not sleeping
What do you think?
Yeah. So the other two scary movies that I would like our listeners, if they're interested, to check out are The Witch, which is about an Amish family who are exiled from their colony, so they have to move out into the middle of the woods with nobody else around, and scary things happen. And it's a very long movie. It's a little bit difficult to watch, simply because of the length. It goes a little bit slow, but come the end, the payoff is really good. So I really like The Witch, but my favorite all-time scary movie is simply titled The Boy. And I'm not going to tell anybody too much about it. A girl is hired as a full-time babysitter for a little boy, and when she gets there, she finds out that the little boy she's babysitting is actually a doll. So I will tell you this. It's a scary doll movie, but it's not a scary doll movie.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The Boy is a fantastic movie, and that's all I'm going to say about it. Everyone should watch it. I'm going to watch it this Tuesday. It's going to be a good time. So let's cool down a bit, talking about spoopy movies that are scary themed, but not actually meant to instill fear in your heart. So I'll start out by saying any Scooby-Doo movie is fantastic. I love it all. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is the first one. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island has a banging soundtrack. Any of the TV movies like Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers or Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, even the newer ones are really fun to watch. So watch any Scooby-Doo movie if you like Scooby-Doo. We have Hocus Pocus. Yeah, there you go.
You hit my soft spot. You went from scaring me to making me happy. Thank you so much.
There we go. That's why we did this.
Thank you.
Hocus Pocus, Ghostbusters is a personal favorite of mine.
Yes.
Both the original and the reboot. Scary Godmother for more kid-friendly things. Scary Godmother is really great. The Halloween Town series. Ooh. I love the Halloween Town series, and everyone forgets about it, but I never do.
How dare they?
The Nightmare Before Christmas is probably one of my favorite Halloween movies. To watch with everyone.
I have only seen bits and pieces of that.
Ooh, we're gonna have to watch it.
Okay.
So yeah, anyone who hasn't seen The Nightmare Before Christmas, watch it, and if you have seen it, I'm sure you want to watch it again. Zombieland is another one. It's a bit more graphic, but it's still a fun movie. It's not meant to make you scared, and it is a comedy. There's another one that I want to talk about. It's a little bit scarier. It's called Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, and it's a parody. It's on Netflix, and it follows the story of these two guys. You know, they're kind of like redneck guys. And they buy this little, like, vacation cabin out in the woods, and they're just out there to have a nice vacation and to fix up their cabin, because the cabin's, like, really rickety and gross and, like, kind of scary and stuff. So they're just out there to fix up their cabin. At the same time, a group of teenagers is out there.
Oh, man.
And these teenagers have this very skewed view that these hillbillies, these hillbillies, air quotes, want to kill them. So they set out to kill the hillbillies before the hillbillies kill them. But the funny thing is that the teenagers, in trying to kill the hillbillies, keep killing themselves. So the hillbillies are, Tucker and Dale, they're freaking out because they think there's some sort of suicide cult going on. Because these kids are just killing each other and killing themselves.
Gosh, kids.
Yeah, left and right around them. It's a very funny movie. It's a little bit graphic, a little bit gory, but it's still a very funny movie.
That sounds funny.
Oh, it's very funny. It's a lot of situational irony. And I love
that's the best.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, irony is the best. I love irony.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
So what I want you guys to talk to us about is, let's see. Comment what you guys think about Austin Rogers, the Jeopardy win streaker. Talk to us about what your sex reveal party for your baby idea is. Tell us whether or not you're going to go see the My Little Pony movie, and then also tell us what your favorite spooky or scary show is, and what your favorite Halloween movie is. And I want to leave off. Listen to us every week. We try to post one pop shop every single week. Listen to our new show, DVU Overtime. It's our new sports show about Del Val sports. It's really great. It's really fun. It's really fantastic. We released our first show earlier this week. And then keep your eyes peeled, your eyes and ears peeled, for another show that we have coming up, DVU Newsroom, where we highlight some of the events going on around campus in the coming week. Those will be released either late Sundays or early Monday mornings. All right? So that's about all we have for this week. Again, I'm Jackie.
I'm Emily.
And this was Pop Shop. Have a great week, everybody.
Stay classy, Del Val.